Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Drew Romeo here. Today, I want to wish everybody a wonderful and happy new year. It's literally been some time. I know we took a quick break just to allow everyone to enjoy the holiday season, enjoy time with family, kind of wrap your heads around the whole aspect of your business and how you want to launch in 2020. We are here to support you all the way through. I have myself and, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Louis Sivan himself, who's here, who's going to be showing you the best time, obviously, on how to get to page one the fastest, how January is market share month and why that is. Ben, I see you. We're going to get to you. So you need your help. Go ahead and post your questions down below. A few house rules that I'm going to do before we get started is that I want to let you know that we do giveaways every time we go live, and we let the live go on for about 24 hours, allow people to comment, hashtag live, hashtag replay, so that way they can be in the running for the offer. And again, the offer that we have is going to be Kevin David's book, The Unfair Advantage. It's the underground blueprint for those of you who are entrepreneurs learning to try to create your own business in order to live life on your terms. He understands that. And this book really has all the examples that he's used to take himself from zero to a multi-million-dollar business. So ways that you can win is this, and how to be entered to win is this right here. I want you to go ahead. If you're watching right now, I want to welcome you, of course. And I want you to go ahead and give this post a thumbs up, a heart, of course. We'll always take a heart. And then you type in hashtag live. If you're watching live with us, we love to know. And also make sure that you ask a question and stay engaged. What that does is it lets us know that you're actually putting in effort to learn about your business, to just really take it to the next level. And also what that does is it kind of juices people up to ask their questions as well. So we love that camaraderie within the community, and we want to maintain that. And that's it. You're entered. All right. And right now, what you're probably seeing, since you guys are just logging on, is going to be a notification that looks very similar to this right here. And again, I'll be going through this again to make sure I remind people as people start to come in. It's the get all live notifications button that pops up the moment that you are on the live. Now, it does disappear after a few seconds. So what I need you to do is to click that. What that does is it keeps you up to date with all the future lives that goes on directly from this page that you're watching right now. So gone are the days of you forgetting when we go live. Facebook should notify you. But in case you forget, it'll be the same time every week, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. And so now that we have that covered, I want to go ahead and let Louis introduce himself so that way we can get this live kicking and get you guys your questions answered right away. So Louis, off to you, my man.
Okay. All right. So welcome, everybody. Hello. I hope everyone's Q4 was good and that you tasted the fruit. And you might be thinking, well, what to do now in January? I like January as being the time, if ever you're going to launch a product, if ever you're going to try to see if you can get to page one and hold page one, you want to do it when it's January, when there's not so much competition. Why? And we'll go through this. Remember, to get to page one, you have to sell at least as many products as what those guys on page one are selling. And if you try to get to page one in the middle of December, you're going to have to sell or promote or give away or get people to buy that many more of your product. So your promotion is that much harder. Whereas now in January, it's that much easier. Maybe I'll show a screen and I'll give you an example of some products that I would look at even myself starting to sell now. But what I'd really like is to see if we can get through as many questions as possible. FBA is a new world, and for guys that are starting out, or even if you've been doing it, there's always information that you can pick up. Even myself today, I just learned something completely new, and I didn't know that happened on my products today. So
you learned something new today. We're gonna have to know what that is.
Really?
I'm intrigued.
Did you know that I've got a product, and I got my product got blocked because Amazon said I was selling used as new. In other words, I just buy it from China. I just send it to Amazon. I promise you, no products are used. But what happens is Amazon gets returns, and Amazon can look at a product when it comes back, and if they think it's good enough to sell, they can actually put it back into inventory, right? So when somebody bought the product, it was someone else's returned product to Amazon that they were buying. I didn't know that you can switch that off, that you can say to Amazon, do not put inventory back into inventory.
Nice.
I thought that it just happens, right? But no, there was a tick box, and today I switched all mine off. Thank you very much. Someone sends it back. I'd rather it just gets chucked away. I don't want it to shut down my listing like it did today.
Hey, man. That's interesting. Thanks for sharing that.
Okay.
Awesome, man. So as people filling in, wow, our numbers literally tripled. We went from like 19 to 59. So I'll just take a moment right now before you go into sharing any screens, Lewis. Everybody who's here right now, if you guys want to be in the running, if you're jumping on right now, I'm just going to take a quick moment to explain what I did before. Click this button right here that shows up on your screen. It's the get all notifications. It lets you know right away when we go live. So that way you guys no longer have to guess and point, when we go live or not. It'll let you know. Facebook will notify you. And the other thing too is if you want to be in the runnings right here is going to be how to enter. Give this post a like that you're watching in right now. Type in #live or replay if you're watching on the replay after it's done. We usually stay about an hour or so to answer questions. We want to make sure we go through every one of you guys' questions. And ask questions is the other way to get yourself in the runnings. Engaging in the comment section will allow us to see who's really active and serious about their business. We love rewarding people for the level of commitment that they have. And of course, this is the book that you're going to be in the running for. It's Kevin Davis' bestseller, Unfair Advantage. It's a win-win situation. I really hope that you guys, follow through with it. We love to see all the comments come through and want to help you guys get to the, highest levels that you can with your business. So let's go ahead. Do you want to go through some questions first before showing an example, or you want to show people the example first?
Let me show an example just to get some juices flowing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to share my screen. Yep. And I'm going to go into ZonKeywords, which is the software that we own, and it's kind of a sister company to Pageoneify. Pageoneify does the launches. ZonKeywords gives you all the research you need. And I received the best present I've ever gotten in my life for Christmas. It was the schniz, okay? And it's a Nespresso Virtua, right?
Okay.
It's an espresso coffee machine, but it makes big mugs of coffee, not little cups, okay? So now I'm just all Nespresso, right? Okay, so let's have a look at what Nespresso gives you on ZonKeywords, okay? It's not hard to imagine a few things. It has very, very high monthly traffic, okay? These numbers are obviously, it's only the 8th of Jan. These numbers are still referring back to December, okay? So you've got to be a little bit careful when looking at these numbers because they're not live like today. It'll be a few days old, sometimes a week old, okay? So it has huge search volume, and it's got a score of 98. Why? Because no one's allowed to sell an espresso machine on Amazon unless you're licensed by Nespresso, right? So of course, it's going to be ridiculously high. There'll be very, very, very few sellers, many, much demand, okay? And so that's just very interesting. And the same with all the Nespresso machines. You're not going to be allowed to sell an espresso machine on Amazon. But what you could sell on Amazon, if you are like me and you just bought or got given a Virtuo for Christmas, okay, Nespresso Virtuo, is the capsules are huge, and you can start to sell maybe things like this guy here, Nico Bros crystal tempered glass, the pod holder, or I can't sell a machine, but I can sell this virtuoso carousel,
Jeez.
or so that's what I'm buying in January now. I got this cool gift in December. Now I'm going to start stocking it up with things that are not connected to the actual brand, right? So like, this is not an espresso product. I mean, you could sell something that holds virtuo pods, and so that's what I'm literally shopping for myself now, is to find something to hold my pods, right? And then you can take one of these, you can take this pod guy and you can put him into the most powerful tool on Amazon, which is reverse ASIN X from ZonKeywords.
Reverse ASIN X.
Yeah, I mean, this is the most powerful tool, because what this is going to do is it's going to show you what keywords this guy is ranking for, which means if you were going to sell a very similar product, you too could rank for those keywords, and you could advertise these keywords in your PPC campaign, and your ACOS won't be bad, because these are what people are looking for. So even though it's not a Nespresso, it is ranking for Nespresso gifts, position 5. It's ranking for coffee capsule holder, Nespresso Virtualine pods holder. It doesn't have to have the word Nespresso in the listing, right? You can't. It's not your brand. You're not allowed to sell Nespresso. But because people type in Nespresso carousel and buy this product, so it ranks for the keyword Nespresso and carousel, even though it doesn't have the word Nespresso in it. Well, can you see that? So it doesn't have the word Nespresso anywhere in this listing. Prepara Virtuoso Carousel Black, espresso capsules. It doesn't say the word Nespresso. Yeah, but it's ranking. It's ranking number number 4 for Nespresso Carousel. So that's just a little bit interesting. Let's see if I can maybe create some interest on that. Okay.
Awesome. All right. So let's see if there's anyone else here. So that was a good rundown, man. I did not know that. It surprises me how sometimes like niche like coffee, it has so many like connoisseurs, people who just love coffee so much that they look or shop for things like that. Like I wouldn't have thought that, because I'm not really a coffee drinker, but like hearing you, about your excitement about getting that Nespresso machine and then the virtual, the coffee pods. I think that's interesting to look at, especially when people are shopping around for niches. People
you kind of get to you hang on to the coattails, because unless you can get a license to sell Nespresso machines, look how much money you'll make.
Yeah,
but you probably won't. But maybe sell something that works with an Nespresso, or with a Nike, product or something like that. That you can't sell the Apple iPad, but you could sell something that goes with the Apple iPad. That kind of idea.
Yeah, truth.
Okay.
Awesome. So you want to get straight to the questions?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it, guys. All right, so we're going to start from the top, see what we got. All right, Michael Sanchez live. Thank Michael. Nice to see you, buddy. Ben Fontanaz, I'm guessing is how you pronounce the last name. He says, I need your help. But, I think we asked him to explain. And I think he says, I've tried to learn methods, but it doesn't work for me. I'm not sure exactly. I think he explains more later.
You're in the best possible place. Kevin David is the best trainer there is. We're all here because of him. We're all better business people because of him. I'm running a better software, because of him. You start with his YouTube. It doesn't cost anything. And if you feel ready and able, you can progress through the courses. But you can't say his methods don't work, because they are workable methods, and Kevin gives so many different ideas. So that's what I would do.
Yeah. And I'm going to post one of the, I'm going to see if I can see if Kevin will probably be able to post one of the video links that he has for how much it is to start Amazon, because I know that question is going to be coming up soon. Abdullah says live, #live. Awesome. Michael Sanchez, 12 days for your birthday. I want to say happy early birthday. I saw you getting some love in the comment section, so that's awesome. Again, Ben says, what should I do to make money? Again, I can take a stab at this. So it's just, it really depends. There's so many different ways to make money online, Mike, Ben. You got to really just figure out which one appeals to you the most, which one that you see yourself sticking with the most, and go that route. I mean, you got real estate, you have social media agency, you have FBA, you have, if you want to do, pretty much anything. You just got to figure out which one that you want to do. But the main thing is to stick to that one and see it through. Okay. Hopping from opportunity to opportunity doesn't get you where you want to go. I learned from experience. I hop a lot sometimes too, but I've made a commitment to myself to stick to particular things that work for me, and seeing it through. That's going to be the best way to explain that to you. Okay. Let me see. Kathy says, happy to hear that I'm starting at an optimal time. I think that's wonderful, Kathy. Yeah, you are. This is the market share month, like Lewis said.
Yeah. You know that idea of if the water in the lake is very shallow and a boat is floating on it, and then just a huge amount of water gets poured in and the water level rises right up, the boat just goes up with the water. The water doesn't overflow the boat rises on top of the water. That's what happens. You're going to get to page one now. You're not going to be making many sales because there's probably not the most amount of action ever. But when the sales come, you'll be on page one and you'll hold it.
Yep. Awesome. And for Ben, who asked that question earlier, I think Kevin popped in the comments really quick, says, be resourceful. Search how to make money online from $0 on YouTube. You'll definitely find some videos for sure. Let me see if Kevin can post that video he made as well. He said, I watched it since everyone's watching from all over the place. We got London, we have Canada, and let me see how much right here. This is Gelber Morales Gonzalez says, how much money is needed to start the business? Let me see if I can find that video. To get to it, I mean, roughly, I think it depends. Obviously, I've heard different numbers, but I think the average was about $300 to $3,500 to get started with like products and having the services to run those products efficiently, to get the, professional photos and PPC launches and things like that, to have a budget for everything else, including your product. If you're just getting started, obviously the price of your product can't be astronomical. You can't start with an expensive product, but it's generally like a rough estimate of a good number to start with if you want to test, one or two products, with.
Let's find that video because Kevin breaks it down brilliantly.
Yeah, I'll find that one and I'll do it. It's like, let me get you a good question where you can spend some time on while I do that. Let me see. Let me see. Razaya says, I watched your live for like 2 hours, and in the end, you said we have to pay a very large amount of money, like training or something, and I didn't have that. Sorry. So Razaya, yeah. So there is, if you want to learn about Amazon, you definitely can on YouTube, and that's completely free. But if you want to get a more intricate, support and know what to do step by step, and with somebody like in a private group like the Amazon FBA group, like that Kevin has, you're going to have to obviously pay, like we all did. Like I paid to get in the group, and I'm in the group as well. And I'm also with any other courses that he has. And it's just the cost to play the game. If you want directed help, questions answered, what product is best for me to use for my photography, that kind of stuff, you'll get those direct answers, by paying. And it's just the name of the game. I don't know if you have anything to add to that, Lewis.
Yeah, I mean, the information's out there free, but it is, I guess, put very easily and simply on a course.
For sure. Here says Ben, who I had a question earlier, same thing. He said you shouldn't charge for your program. You should do it for free, or if you really wanted to help people, you wouldn't charge. Well, Ben, that's the thing. So if you're running a business, the lifeblood of a business is sales, right? So at the end of the day, in order to keep this up for allows, to be able to, it doesn't cost you anything to do the lives, right? So if you're on the journey, the true journey of trying to start something, you don't need to buy a course, right? And that's the true simple fact. I'm going to tell you the truth. You don't need to buy a course. You don't have to buy a course. The purpose of a course is if you just don't want to deal with the searching and hunting for information and going by your own judgment, whether something is true or not, rather than following somebody like a mentor, you're obviously here for a reason. You obviously have some level of liking to Kevin David and his products. That's why you're here, or else you wouldn't be. You would find a mentor that you trust, and then you would obviously invest in yourself by, paying for the information direct, where it's streamlined, where it's organized, where it's direct, where it's come from personal experience, where you don't have the guessing game anymore because you've paid for the information to come direct to you. That's what the trade-off is. But if you don't want to do that, the other way you can pay is through sweat equity. And what that is simply going online on Google and just searching it up and looking up how to do Amazon FBA. And I already told you what the positives, the pros and cons of that, disorganized information. But if you find a mentor, Kevin David has a lot of free information on his YouTube. That's how I actually initially got started as well. Let me see. Yeah, we have how many people in here? 57. Awesome. Got a lot of people from all over the place. All right, let me see. Kevin David, some questions. Let me see. See, Michael Sanchez says, when I do Facebook ads, Amazon on Shop, I'm guessing he's trying to say Shopify, should I also buy LifeLock to protect? I've never heard of anything about, regarding LifeLock to protect for what? Is like for hacking, or I'm not sure I understand that one. Michael, just go ahead and put another question in the comment section. I want to see what you mean by that, explaining what you mean by the LifeLock and protect. And he also says, when should I buy? Not sure what you mean by that. Just explain fully what you guys mean. All right.
I mean, we're here to help you with your Amazon journey. If you're thinking of starting, if you have started, if you're in the product research stage, if you're trying to launch, if you're having to relaunch, or you are on page one for a secondary keyword and you want to get to page one for a stronger keyword, here's the opportunity to talk to us, and we're going to share all this information with you.
I guess he was talking about hackers because you just, put a comment down here saying hackers. Type out your full question, with, exactly what you mean in detail, and then we can talk more about that. All right. So I skipped some questions here, actually. Let me see if we go back up here. Kashara Michelle, when I'm ready to start, how do I keep from freaking out when it's starting off weak? I'll let you take a stab at this one.
Welcome to Amazon, baby. Woo! Welcome to the jungle. Amazon is tough, but the rewards are there. When I say it's tough because it's so different. Everything is different. It's all new words, new jargon, ACOS, FBA, FBM, it's all this stuff. And so when you start really getting into it, it's overwhelming. When you're online, how do you start figuring out when it's weak? You have to be able to analyze it carefully. When you say it's starting off weak, okay, I'm assuming you're meaning that you're not selling a lot, okay? Well, number one, have you done a launch? And are you putting all your PPC budget into the targeted launch campaign? Because if you have $100, I showed a bit earlier how many keywords these products rank for. I showed a tool that held coffee capsules, and it ranks for hundreds and hundreds of keywords, right? If you've got $100 budget and you're going to spread that across 100 keywords, it means you're spending $1 per keyword. That keyword's not getting you to page one, right? But if you spent $100 on one keyword only, and you really forced all your budget to the one, then you would get to page one for that keyword. And then you can go to your second keyword and your third keyword. So when you say, I'm freaking out because it's starting off weak, let's just make sure that you've got the right launch campaign. As it happens, I run a launch business, and you can email rank at Pageoneify. It's a coaching business. It's what we do, and we can help you with your launch. Check out your listing, whatever. But yeah, you got to hang in there. Of course, it's not going to start strong. That's not how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome, help over there. So I hope that helps, Kashara. Our next question comes from Mr. David Smith. Now, his full question I can read from my side because it shows, doesn't fully show on the screen there. David Smith says, I got a couple of angry emoji pictures on my Facebook page by people who didn't like my ad in their news feeds. And while I banned and deleted the 2 comments, the 2 angry emojis still show up on the likes tally. I think FB says others might not see them, but I am not convinced. Do you know how I can get those removed if possible? That's actually a really good question. I actually haven't needed to go through the extent of trying to remove that. Have you, Louis?
No, man, I just sell on Amazon.
Yeah, I mean, for those of you guys who are using Facebook ads to sell an Amazon product, see if you can help out David Smith with here. If you know any possible way of how to remove negative emojis like the angry face or sad face or anything like that. I know what you mean. I know what you're getting at. It's seeing like it kind of affects the appearance that your product is not good or some people are displeased with it. Getting rid of it. That'd be something to look into. I'm actually gonna look into that, see if I can find an answer for you actually, because I'm actually quite interested into that one as well. Thanks for your question, David, by the way. All right. Michael Sanchez. Yes, he came through with another. Let's see if we can get this. When I do Facebook ads, Amazon or Shopify, should I also buy LifeLock to protect? I think he repeated the same thing. Oh, that was earlier. Yeah. So I thought you clarified his question. Nope, it's not on there. We'll go to the next one. We'll stay here for you, Mike. Let me see. Ben Fontenaz says, I just find it hard to learn about what he explains because of my slow learning. So Ben, just to give you a good answer for that. So take your time. There's no rush. It sounds like you're running a race for some reason, and business is not really run that way. It sounds like you're trying to run against a timeline or something. Take your time, take a breath. It's the start of 2020. It's January. It's a brand new year. Take your time to figure out what it is that you actually want to do and would like to do, actually enjoy doing. Okay. Not just for the money, but where you actually see yourself doing every day that you wake up. Because no matter what you select out there that's going to make you money, it's going to definitely cost you time, period. There's no runarounds about it. When Lewis is up here, talking about his Pageoneify, when he started that business and started Amazon, it literally cost him sweat equity to do that. Moments of his time where he had to focus and really dig deep. So don't put yourself on a time clock. It's just a setup for failure if you're running on that mode, if you get my drift. Jamila Aiken, how much money would I need to start up? Actually, I think Kevin posted the YouTube video literally right below this comment. Go ahead and click on that link after this live is done if you guys are interested to figure out how much it truly costs, all right? So for anybody else asking that question. Ruben says, send more info. Not sure what you mean, but elaborate and we'll be here to answer that. Michael Sanchez says $2,000, right? I think it's a little bit more than that, but if you can find a product that can fit that balance, sure. But I would say a safer bet is that average $3,000, $3,500, more or less, depending on the type of product you want to start out with, according to what you find on like keyword programs such as ZonKeywords or anything else that you currently use. Stella, can't pronounce that last name. So sorry. Hi, I'm living in Canada and I'd like to sell on the US market. Do I need an LLC? Question. I don't think you need an LLC to start. I wouldn't worry about the LLC right away. LLC is simply for protection, right? I would, if you can, go ahead and get one. But don't let that be the barrier to stop you from starting Amazon. Many people start without having an LLC to begin with, but it is a good thing to have.
I'm a big one that don't get stuck on the detail, But certainly this Facebook group that the live is being done in, it's one of the biggest FBA Facebook groups in the country. And so if you had to search LLC on the Facebook group, you'll see many, many comments where people have spoken about, is it needed, and what about from which country, and that sort of thing. So,
all right.
But you don't need it. You can just trade on Amazon as a individual.
Yep. So I hope that answers your question. Again, if you don't need it, don't let that stop you. Continue on moving, and LLC question will come up again. You'll address it then, okay? But it's, again, for your own private protection. It protects you in case anybody tries to come after you and sue you for something. But don't let that fear be the only thing that stops you. Start, and then you can go back for the LLC if that's a bridge you've got to cross. All right.
Can I throw something out there? Don't throw away the idea of selling in Canada. I mean, sell in the States by all means. I live in England and I sell in the States, right? But these smaller markets are a little bit interesting, right? Because it's about how many buyers there are and how many sellers there are, right? Because if you've got 100 buyers and 10 sellers, each seller is going to have like 10 buyers, right? But if you've got 100 million buyers and 10 million sellers, a much bigger marketplace, each seller still has 10 buyers, right? Like the relationship stays the same. So there might be niches or products in Canada where there's much fewer customers, but there are much fewer sellers, right? And so you could ultimately end up with more customers per seller in particular niches in these smaller markets than you have in America. So don't throw Canada out, okay? Especially if you live there. When you're doing your order and you're setting up in America, set up in Canada also. Have some stock brought to your house and just send it into Amazon just to test it out. You might be very surprised. Competition drives prices down. Competition drives your advertising ACOS up, right? So the products that I sell in Canada, the sales volume on some of them are very, very low. In other words, I don't sell many, but those that I do sell, I sell at a higher price, a higher profitability with less advertising, right? So don't throw Canada out.
Awesome. All right. So next question we have here. Let's see. Jamila, again, how much money to start? We had that set up. All right. We had Melissa Ganest, I'm guessing. She says, what does PPC mean? Just pay per click. And it simply means you pretty much pay for your traffic, pushing traffic, paid traffic to whatever keyword or product that you're selling. Pretty much on any ads platform, but we're talking in terms of Amazon FBA in particular.
Yeah.
All right. New to Amazon FBA, how can I start? I literally think that Kevin just posted a playlist down below of his Amazon FBA, just everything Amazon. Any questions, how to start, how much it costs, all of that. So check that down below, okay? Let me see here. Click. See, David Smith says you're always going to get that. That's awesome. Anthony Jeffrey says, is it wise to have more than one database? I'm not sure what you mean by databases, Anthony. If you could just elaborate that just a little bit more. All right. Let me see here. Good questions so far, guys. I really like how you guys are coming in with these.
That question reminds me of the one which says, is it wise to have more than one Amazon account? And you have to be very, very, very careful with that, right? Because obviously Amazon are very quick to shut you down if you do something wrong. We've all got all these horror stories and we've heard them, and we can help you get your account reopened. So obviously, a clever way to mitigate that is just to have multiple Amazon accounts. If one gets shut down, you just keep working out of your other. Well, shock horror, if Amazon suspects you've got multiple Amazon accounts unapproved, then that would shut all your accounts down. So just be very, very careful of having multiple Amazon accounts unapproved. Yeah.
Spoken
You're
from
allowed
the
to ask permission for a second account to sell in a different like product or something. Doesn't make sense to you, but you're allowed to ask and they'll give you permission. But of course, if they're going to block you for whatever reason, they know that that's your product or that's your account also, and they can block
Correct.
that.
Correct. Awesome. I hope that answered your question there, Anthony. If that was your question, if not, go ahead and just hit us up down there below again. Okay. Manny says, could I get a tax ID before an LLC?
Yeah, you can get a tax ID in your personal name, and you may, depending upon your country, you may not need a tax ID. You may not need this EIN. When I was in Australia, I did not have to provide an EIN to sell on Amazon.com.
All right. Hope that answered your question, buddy. Next one we have, I'm not sure if it's going to all post up there. Perfect. Riza Barola, she says, hi, I wanted to start as soon as possible. Awesome. But stopping me back is my address. I don't have a permanent address, and soon I will be moving out. They said that it's a pain to change the address in Amazon. Can you please help me out on this? Thank you, Louis.
No, it's not. Nothing's impossible. When you say it's a pain, it's not a pain. What is a pain is validating your account. What happens when you create a new seller account on Amazon is 1 or 2 days after you open it, Amazon then shuts it down. Okay, so if you just go through the Facebook pages, you'll just see hundreds and hundreds of people going, oh, my new account's been shut down, right? Because Amazon does that in order to then validate and verify all your information. And you will have to provide bank account details, and you will have to provide proof of address. And your bank account is going to have to match your proof of address to the letter, right? It has to be done. Do you have to physically live there? No. I guess you could use a friend's address, whatever. Amazon doesn't know that you're not sleeping there, right? But understand what they're going to be needing. They're going to be needing a proof of address, and they're going to be needing a bank statement, and the two addresses are going to have to match, right? Once you've got that open, you can move around 100 times, which I have done, right? I don't change my address. I don't tell Amazon about it. There's no reason to. But I have changed my bank account. I've changed the country with which they pay to. So that's all fine. I think you're getting confused with people that are battling to get the initial verification of documents done. And that can be difficult because they don't tell you what's wrong. So if there's like a problem with the address, they just keep saying, sorry, this is, and you just have to keep retrying again and again and again. But there's a huge amount of information on the Facebook page.
And if you do have any issues, you can always call support. I know a lot of people have different experiences with support, but always hanging up and calling back always helped me out. And you can always ask to be escalated as well. And if you can't get beyond that, ask for help in the group if you're already part of the Ninjas group, and we can help escalate or help you with some tactics to reach somebody who can help you on the Amazon team. Awesome. So next one we have Sandra Texeria. I'm sorry, I butchered that. Sandra, we'll just keep it Sandra. How can I start, and where is Amazon Market? I always wanted to sell on Amazon.
You say, how can I start and where in the Amazon Market? I always wanted to sell in Amazon. You need to know a little bit more than what you're kind of showing by what you're asking now, which means you've got to watch Kevin's videos. Okay, you may or may not need to get a course if you want the confidence that a course will give you, but you don't have to do a course. Okay, you can pull the information from everywhere. And then the other way to start is to actually do it. just start. You don't have to follow the path that says my first product must be 5,000 units from China, where in addition to everything else, you've got the freight forwarding and everything like that to do. You could literally get one or two products from a retail store that's having a big promotion, and you could put those products onto Amazon, selling only one or only two, but at least you'll experience what it's like to try and make a listing and create a listing and change a listing and advertise a product. That's how I would start. I would start with a real thing. It doesn't have to be thousands of products. It can be just 2 or 3.
Awesome. Yeah, just getting your feet wet. The best way to start off. See a couple links from Kevin in here, which is cool. Oh, also, I love this name so much. This is probably for you mainly. Sunpack Poseidon says, Pageoneify is an amazing service. Just spending a lot of PPC. I'm guessing he's using the PPC service with you guys.
I don't know if you are already using Pageoneify, or if you're thinking about it. Pageoneify does 2 things, and we've got a special at the end of this live to take advantage with a big discount code that's only available from this live on Pageoneify. But Pageoneify does 2 things, okay? It gets you to page 1, and it does it legally, and it does it by the book without rigging the system. How does it do that? Well, the coaches help you pick a keyword. You have to pick what page 1 you want to go to. For example, I have a microphone here, right? This is my tabletop mic, or desktop mic, or YouTube mic, or microphone for YouTube, right? Those are all keywords. Each of those keywords have their own page 1. Often it's very difficult the most difficult thing is to pick which keyword you want to go after. It can't be microphone. Well, that's too much. That could be a little shirt clip-on microphone. It could be a singing music microphone. It could be a kid's PlayStation microphone, right? But it can't be so specific that no one's typing it in. And hence, our coaches help you to pick the right keyword. When you find your keyword that you'll pick with the Pageoneify team, then they show you how to take all your advertising budget. Doesn't have to be thousands of dollars, but whatever your budget is, $50, $100 a day, you're going to put into that one keyword. It's not money down the drain, because PPC means pay per click, which means people are going to click on it and buy it. So you're spending money on advertising. You will make sales. You should make sales if their product is the right product for that keyword. After 2 days of advertising, if people are clicking on your ad and not buying it, it means that it's the wrong keyword. And then we just stop the launch. Better than you spending all this money and trying to get to page 1 for a product people aren't buying, right? So yes, Pageoneify does use PPC. That is the method that we use to get your product to page 1. It's 100% within terms of service. Amazon loves it, and it's real people buying real products at the real price. In the old days, when you used to do a launch on Amazon, you did a giveaway, right? Where you got like people to kind of buy your product for $1. Just type in the keyword desktop mic, find your product, put in a coupon code, and you can get it for $1. And you would sell hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of products for the keyword desktop mic. But what happens if that's the keyword that people they type it in and that they don't buy your product? You've now spent thousands of dollars. You're on page 1, and no one's buying your product because you artificially put yourself there, thinking it was the right keyword. Whereas the way we do it, if people aren't going to buy it, it's not going to work, and that kind of sets us apart from everyone else. one of the services Pageoneify also offers is that in addition to doing your launch PPC, we'll also look after your remaining PPC for 30 days for you. We kind of set you up for success, not just for your launch keyword, but for all the other keywords as well.
Awesome. Yep. So let me see. We have a couple of folks out here who are asking some pretty good questions. I was just reading ahead as well. This is from Tommy Smith. Tommy Smith, what's going on, buddy? I like that profile picture. Nice and smiley. Would it be wise to get a product up now for more of the colder, like August-ish to March months to get the sales rank high for those particular months?
So if you're talking seasonal, okay, can I share my screen?
Sure, go ahead. I'm not gonna put it up right now for you.
Yep. So I'm going to go, because you're talking seasonality, okay? And so you're talking winter products, right? So if you had to take a keyword like a woolen, maybe hat. Have I spelled woolen wrong? Jeez. Is it 2 L's? I don't know. Woolen hat, okay? Let's have a look at what, okay, it's obviously 1 L. Okay. Let's look at, no one's typing in woolen hats on Amazon. This isn't 1920. Let's go for a men's scarf. Okay. So it's got a low search volume. Okay. What I'm showing you here is the seasonality, right? This graph is when are people typing in this keyword men's scarf. And you can see the real peak is around the beginning of December. There is a small, it's already coming down by Christmas, which is interesting. Okay, so this is showing that it's a giftable product for Christmas, and you're kind of saying, should you be starting to get ready for it now? I think you've probably, well, I don't want to say you've missed it. Okay, it's very, very early to be starting now at the bottom of this graph when it's only going to start picking up again in August, September. Okay, but it can take 3-5 months to get a product onto Amazon. From the time you research it, from the time you know what it is, from the time you've seen the best-selling men's scarves, by the time you've gotten your sample out of China and it's manufactured and it's shipped, that can take 3, 4, 5 months. And you want it in and on page 1 by the time, October kind of kicks around. So I think that it might be a bit early now. Now would be a perfect time for something like a beach towel, because look, a beach towel is going to start picking up, around March. Here, this is the graph here. So February, March, April, what you don't want to be doing is launching a beach towel here in the beginning of June. It's going to be high for a little bit and it's just going to come all the way down. You're going to spend all the money to get into page 1 at the busiest time. So you want to start it now. So your question was, should you start a winter product now? I would have thought no. Now would be the time right now to start getting your summer product onto Amazon and ready. If you have not yet got your winter product in your hand, that's a different story, because then this is a perfect time, because it takes a week or 2 weeks to research, a week or 2 weeks to speak to the factory, get the sample, then the manufacturing will take 6 weeks, the shipping. So I hope that's answered the question.
Oh man, Lewis, I just took a quick look at how many people are watching right now. It's 136 people. Oh my God!
So that don't try to be on page 1 for woolen scarf, no woolen hat. No one wants a woolen hat. No one's searching for woolen hats.
Guys, real quick, listen, before we continue again, I feel like it's a must. Guys, we have only 29 likes on this post. I'm gonna need you right now, if you're watching live, to hit that like button, hit that heart button, because I just can't. I mean, it's 131 and only 29 likes. I don't understand. But again, for those of you who did like this post, you're in the running for the giveaway. And I think this is why it's only fair that I do this, right? I'm gonna do it really quick. If you're just hopping on right now, I'm just gonna give you a chance right now. You're gonna see this notification. Click that. You're gonna be notified of any future ones in the future from whenever we do go live from this page. Very helpful there. And then when you do come on live with us, this is what you need to do. Just a few house rules, guys. Give this post a like. And once you do that, you're going to go ahead and type in hashtag live if you're watching live. A bunch of you guys who came in the beginning did an amazing job at that, and I've seen it. If you're watching on a replay, go ahead and put hashtag replay. And then also asking a question just boosts up your chance for putting you in the running. We had a lot of engagement on our last live. People here who are asking questions are asking some really, really good questions. I see Melissa, I see Tommy Smith, I see Pablo who's saying hello. I see a lot of people just coming in there heavy with the questions, and we love that. And after that, you're entered to win, okay? And what is it that you win? It's going to be, if you haven't heard already, it's Kevin David's best-selling book, The Unfair Advantage, the underground blueprint from how he went from zero to multi-million dollars, and how you can do the same thing as well. Turning your passions and your knowledge into profit. And with Amazon, it's just going to be a good way to kind of keep your mind thinking entrepreneurial things and keep you on, the running, just always thinking about on the forefront, which is going to be awesome. So I want to see those likes go up, please. We have 123 people now. I just want to see you guys get in there and be active. All right.
We're running out of time, Drew.
Yeah, we are. We're running less. So 6:24. Let's see if we can bang through some of these again. So we had Tommy. I'll see if I can answer this one. It says Melissa Nelson says, I want to start. What is the first thing that I do to get in place? What you need to do, obviously, if you're not already in the Amazon FBA group or got the course, that's fine. I think Kevin posted his playlists in the actual comment section. Click on that playlist. It literally has everything you need to learn everything about Amazon FBA, what it is, how you should start, how much it costs. And then you come up with a decision if it's something that you want to invest in to have more direct help with launching and starting with Amazon FBA. Okay. So I hope that helps you, Melissa, with that, with your question. Andre Bowens, congratulations, by the way. I feel like we saw this picture the other day, but if we haven't, congratulations on your new baby coming. When launching my first product, which is the most effective way for marketing? And is it recommended to launch more than one product when first starting? That's a pretty good question, man.
Okay, the second part of the question, is it recommended to launch more than one product when you're first starting? It is a self-fulfilling prophecy, meaning if you don't give a launch all the love, all the money, all the attention it needs, it's just going to sit on page 100 on Amazon and it's not going to move anywhere. Like Amazon doesn't need your new product, right? So you have to work hard to get your product to page 1. When it gets to page 1, that's when it's sweet, right? But so if you bring too many products on at the same time, can you afford to do that? I mean, that's the money, do you have that much money, right? And so I would work from a position of strength. I would start with one and I would pick an easy keyword, even though it's not so competitive. I'd get to page 1. I'd start seeing the joy of those organic sales that come not from sponsored ads. And then I would kind of add to that. What's the most effective way of marketing? No product is unique. You find the most similar product to yours. It is very likely that there will be a product extremely similar to yours on Amazon. You try and find one of those products as best selling as they are, and you put that product onto our ZonKeywords reverse ASIN X, and you will see every single keyword that product that is very similar to yours is ranking for. In order that it ranks, it means people are typing in those keywords and buying those products. And hence, what better way to market your product than to target those exact keywords, right? You start the race already running. You don't have to go and find out what keyword I should use and all that sort of stuff, right? So that's the way I would do it, and that's what we do at Pageoneify. And that's how Pageoneify was born. We were just doing it for our own products, and we were like, we could do this to help other people.
Yep. Awesome, man. Hope that helps, Andre. Getting you the answer to your question there. Albert Cortez, he's asked, some sellers put a limit on purchase sales, so there's no way to see actual sales, research, and product. Any advice? I'm guessing you think about the 999.
Yes, there's advice. Make sure you put a limit on your sales, people. Come on. Do you really think someone's going to come onto Amazon and buy 50 of your products? The only reason that can happen is if they are to defraud you or break you or do something to ruin you, right? When last did you go onto Amazon and buy 100 pairs of shoes? Come on. So you limit the number of sales. By limiting the number of sales, you do stop people from seeing that 999 trick, which shows people the 999 trick is if you select a product, you add 999 into the cart, and Amazon says, sorry, there aren't 999 in stock, there's only 400. And then you do it tomorrow, it's 392, and the next day it's 366, and you can track how many it's selling. Don't let someone track yours, and don't let a mistake on Amazon. Everybody's made mistakes. God, we all did. I was making a promotion and I pressed the button that said, put the promotion live on the listing. So everybody saw the promotion. It was like, bang, sold. One guy bought 50. And I wish I'd had a restriction on that, but I didn't. So restrict your inventory. There's no reason in the world that someone should be buying more than 5 or 10 in any one purchase.
Awesome, man. Yep, I hope that helps, man, because that was actually a good question. What's going on with Pablo? Sunpack Poseidon, he's the guy that asked earlier about, is it okay to sell on multiple databases? And I think this is what he was talking about. Pageoneify is an amazing service. Spending on PC says, well, sorry, it's what you need. I saw it here somewhere. Oh, sorry. Not that one. It's actually down here. I'm going to get to you, Angelique. I see you. He says, like Viral Launch, ZonKeywords, Pageoneify, pretty much selling on those multiple databases or using those services. Is it good to do so or not?
Yep. So my, I'm the owner of ZonKeywords and Pageoneify. I created those because I was selling many products on Amazon. I was needing research better than what Viral Launch was doing, better than what the other guys were doing. And so I, created what I needed for myself. It showed me exactly what I needed, when I needed, how I needed it. And I was like, well, if we could use it for us, other people can benefit also. And so that's how ZonKeywords and Pageoneify was born. They work hand in hand very closely together. And all my staff, the coaches on Pageoneify, because that's a coaching business, they're going to help you and walk you through. You're just going to email rank@Pageoneify, or just go to pageoneify.com. They all use ZonKeywords to give the keywords that they need to get you to page one.
Got you. All right, and Angelique has a pretty long set. So 6:31, guys, going to try to pick up a few more questions here. It looks everyone loves coming in towards like the end. It just starts getting pummeled. So we're just going to stick with this one. Angelique says, I have a few products on Amazon, and then I got a notification that I needed to ship an item, but I couldn't see what I had to ship, nor who to ship it to. And Amazon seller support stinks. I agree. Sometimes they can stink. I emailed them, no response. I asked buyer support. Let me see which it is. I asked buyer support to send them a message, no response. I really got frustrated and just put all on stop. Do you guys have a solution for that? I think, yeah, it does sound like a weird situation.
the only reason you're going to get an instruction to ship is because you've set it
Not on Amazon FBA.
as fulfilled by merchant.
Yeah.
Right? And so when you created your listing, the very, very first thing it says is how are you going to sell this product, fulfilled by Amazon or fulfilled by merchant? And you can swap between the two. So you actually could save products in FBA, but you could also sell fulfilled by merchant. And so it sounds to me that you've, in software, we would call this problem a problem between the keyboard and the screen, you know? That's what we would call this problem. So it sounds to me that you've clicked fulfilled by merchant. And so if you go through YouTube or whatever, how to fulfill an order on FBM, fulfilled by merchant, you will see who bought it, where it needs to get sent to. I hope I've answered that okay.
Cool. Yep. So Angelique talked about, she says, sorry, I got in late. What is the thing about Pageoneify? I think she meant Pageoneify. Pageoneify is a service. And guys, down below, since we're, at the 6:30 mark, down below is the discount code that Lewis was alluding to earlier on about if you guys want to take action now. So what it is once you sign up, it takes off $150 off of any package deal that you need or would like to purchase from the Pageoneify services. And Lewis will back you up on that as well. If you have any issues, of course, you come to us, leave a comment in this string or tag one of us. My name is Drew. You can tag Lewis, you can tag Rory. We'll all be able to help you, okay? $150 off any purchase, and it's gonna last only till this Friday, the 10th of January. So we want you to act now as quick as possible. And again, questions just drop down below. We love.
And you don't have to have the launch ready to go. You can secure this deal because this is a big discount, bigger than what we would normally put. Because January is market share month.
Yeah.
Now's the month to do it. But you can secure a launch if your product is only coming in a few months' time or something like that.
Yeah, so it's a perfect time to pretty much to prepare yourself to take the greater piece of the market share, is what Lewis is alluding to as well. And the services he provides allows you to do that in a more efficient way. So you don't, again, like he says, you don't have to buy it and use it right away. You can buy it to secure it at that price. And then you guys can, whenever you're ready to launch, you launch. But we advise, if you're going to launch, make sure you're ready to launch with, with the correct product. You've done your research, you've gone through the YouTube videos, or if you already purchased a course, to go through to know exactly what it is that you want to use the services for. Okay. Use it to the best of your advantages now. Okay. See if we have any more good pertinent questions. A lot of these are just welcomes here. Got in late. Come on, fam. Give these guys some love. Yep. See you, Kevin, in there. Sunpack Poseidon, I'm just going to see here. He has a really well-written question here. He says, I was told that it will take me about 3 shipments before I see a profit and organically rank on page 1. I am selling on Amazon Canada. Sunpack Poseidon says, yes, I am Sunpack Poseidon. I love it. Sunpack Poseidon. Yeah, I'm purchasing my 2nd month. I'm impressed with the PPC coach. Love it, brother. So spreading some love out to you there, Lewis.
Hey, man.
Team.
I was going to say, he must be happy because I've never heard of him. But the guys that are unhappy, woo, we hear all about them. So what you were saying about it takes 3 shipments to see a profit.
Yeah.
Look, that's conservative. You can see a profit before that, but you've got the right attitude, because this is not a get rich overnight thing. Because you're buying 500 products from China, that's going to put you out of pocket $1,500, $2,000. Then you're going to ship it. That's going to put you out of pocket another $1,000.
Yeah.
So it's only once you've sold out that first 500 that you're going to kind of make that back a bit. But yeah, absolutely, you need to get those wheels turning, right? This is not something that you're going to make get rich overnight. It's a real business, and you've got the right attitude. I would like to see you making a profit sooner than your 3rd shipment. I think maybe what you might be doing is spending a little bit too much in getting your products to start selling organically.
Yeah. Good job, Sunpack. We've seen you in here quite a few times, man. Keep up the good work. I see the hustle in you. You have the right spirit. I do want to get a few more in here, Lewis, because some people asked just some questions really good. Julie, she says, is this still live? It is live, Julie. So what is going on with you? She says she has the book and it's awesome. There's a personal testimony right there, guys, for the book. If you guys haven't already purchased it, we're giving it away for this one as well. She says, I am on page 1. This is Asio Gure Glid. She says, I am on first page for different keywords, but I am not getting any sales. I worked on my picks too. I am running manual and auto PPC by using my competitors' keywords too. What would I need to do in order to get some sales or to get sales?
Okay. The short answer is you did get sales in order to get to page 1 for those keywords. The way you got to page 1 for those keywords was by making sales. So why have you stopped making sales? Well, were those sales that got you there, were they real, or were they like discounted giveaways and stuff like that? Okay. It sounds from what you're talking about is that they were real. Okay. If they were real sales, it then sounds that nobody on page 1 is making sales, right? Because you are on page 1, you're making it. So maybe it's a product that is very seasonal and that the sales has just dropped right off after Christmas. Okay. The other thing is don't give up. You just got to keep finding more keywords to get to page 1 for, right? So it's something that we the way we get people with Pageoneify to page 1 is through PPC, which means you can't get there. You can't get to page 1 unless people are actually buying your product. If people are buying your product, why are they going to stop? So the only reason they would stop is seasonality. Maybe have you increased your price? Have you gotten a negative review? You know, are there technical reasons? But if it sounds like everything's fine, I would keep going. You have to just hang in there.
Awesome. Yep. And she follows up. Let me see. Nope, same question, which is perfect. Let me see, actually. Yep. Another question. Awesome. We got people helping out each other. And I love that in the comment section. Okay, cool. Sunpack Poseidon says, I wish my PPC coach was on my WhatsApp. That is like as personal as it gets with that.
I pay your PPC coach, man.
Somebody said, Shirley Sespene says, how to be like you, Kevin. Hey, man, one step at a time. Getting that book will definitely get you one step closer. Andre Bowen says, forever grateful. Oh, we're making some headway here. Oh, this is it. We got the last few. That's it. I watch your videos on my phone. I'm so happy you are on here. Kevin came through, guys. The answer to be like Kevin is mindset, hustle, and focus. Focus, I can tell you right now, is the #1 most surprising factor that is a game changer. Because you can hustle on the wrong thing and you can have the bad mindset. But if you have the focus on the right thing, that literally changes everything. Because with focus, you're going to need the right mind. You're going to be in the zone. And also with focus, if you're really focused on something, the hustle is already there because that's what focus is a part of. So focus is #1 in my opinion. Wish I had your book. I'm from the Philippines. Hey, you're in the running. So that was actually literally our last question. I feel so excited that we actually got through everything, guys. Lewis, I want to thank you again for your time. I'm going to really quickly right now, guys, tell you if you guys are serious, and a lot of you are, the deal that Lewis has down here below that he's offering you guys here for being on the live is January $150 off of any package that you go with Pageoneify. And to clarify, you don't have to have a launch strategy ready to go right now. What you can do is purchase this and have it so you can lock in the price. And when you're ready to launch, say, hey,
the coaching team will help you with your
coaching team will step in there. And everyone's been having really good experience with it. If you have any questions, that's what the coach is for, to coach you through this season. So I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like this post. If you're on the live, #live, so you're in the running for the winning of the book. We're do this every week, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. ask your questions continually because we'll be hanging around the comment section to answer some questions as well. Myself, Rory, possibly Kevin, and also, well, Kevin is actually in here now. So if it's a good time, if you guys want to ask some questions direct, you can. And I will be there as well. We really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for the question and love. We really love when you guys are asking some really heartfelt questions, get your business up here. We are here for you. We're here for your success. And we just wish nothing but the best for you. So I thank you so much and see you next week.
Thank you. Same time, same place.
Exactly. Peace and love.